Thank you for scheduling an appointment with us. Please watch this video all the way to the end if you don't want any remodeling regret.
Why most remodeling regret happens. It almost always starts with lack of planning. Remodeling regret rarely comes from the decision to remodel. It usually begins much earlier, before demolition, before materials, before any construction ever starts. It begins with rushed planning, or incomplete planning, or treating planning like a small step instead of the foundation of the entire project. Many homeowners only realize this later, when the layout does not function the way they imagined, when the materials do not perform the way they were promised, or when they see lots of surprise and hidden cost in the construction. These are not construction problems. They are planning problems. Remodeling is one of the very few investments where mistakes are physically built into your home. Unlike furniture, decor, or electronics, these decisions are not easy to undo. They are expensive to reverse, and they affect your daily life for many years. That is why planning is not optional. Planning is protection. Why homeowners accidentally make costly remodeling mistakes. There are 3 very common patterns that quietly lead to disappointment. Pattern 1. Choosing price over quality of layout and materials. One of the biggest mistakes is focusing only on the lowest price instead of the quality of the layout design and the performance of materials. A remodel is not like buying a phone you can upgrade next year. A kitchen or bathroom renovation is often a one-time investment in a lifetime. In many cases, it even increases the value of the home and returns a large portion of its cost over time. But when price becomes the only decision factor, a layout that doesn't function well for their lifestyle or simply doesn't feel right, colors and design choices they later regret or never truly loved, low-quality materials that wear out quickly or look cheap over time, poor workmanship with visible flaws throughout the space, installations that are not up to code or industry standards, contractors cutting corners to save time or cost, leading to long-term problems, and instead of daily enjoyment, they experience daily frustration. Saving a small amount up front can sometimes cost far more emotionally and financially over the next 10 to 20 years. The layout determines how you move, the materials determine how it lasts, and both determine how you feel every single day in that space. Pattern 2. Relying on conflicting online advice and half-truths. The remodeling market is full of confident opinions, but not all of them tell the full story. Homeowners often hear statements like, "Granite is always better than quartz," "Solid wood cabinets are the only quality option," "Engineered flooring is cheap." These statements are not always completely wrong, but they are rarely complete. Quartz versus granite depends on maintenance habits, heat exposure, and lifestyle. Solid wood versus engineered cabinetry depends on humidity, construction methods, and warranty coverage. Engineered flooring quality can vary dramatically by manufacturer and thickness. Online articles, social media clips, and even AI-generated content often repeat general opinions without understanding your specific home, your habits, or your long-term goals. Without professional context, decisions become assumptions, and assumptions increase the risk of regret. Pattern 3. Not taking the planning stage. Seriously enough. Remodeling is sometimes postponed mentally. It becomes something to figure out later after work, errands, and daily responsibilities. But a remodel deserves the same seriousness as a medical appointment or a financial planning meeting. Why? Because some remodeling projects only happen once in a lifetime. Because decisions are permanent and expensive to reverse. Because the results affect how you live every single day. And because small planning mistakes can grow into large construction problems. When planning is rushed, details are missed. When planning is focused, clarity replaces stress, and confidence replaces doubt. What some contractors do, wrong. Not every contractor works this way, but many frustrations originate from sales-driven processes instead of education-driven ones. Sometimes the priority becomes closing the project quickly, instead of guiding the homeowner through the right decisions. Common missteps include selling before educating, focusing on signing a contract rather than explaining layout options, material performance, or long-term maintenance, choosing the easiest layout instead of the best layout, keeping existing configurations simply because they require less labor and fewer changes, even if they do not improve functionality, providing incomplete or overly optimistic estimates, leaving out structural or utility complexities to present a lower starting number, overpromising timelines to secure the project, then extending them once work begins, and limiting transparency around materials, sourcing, or warranty coverage. The issue is not always bad intention. Sometimes it is simply a rushed process. But when homeowners are not fully informed, confident decisions become difficult, and regret becomes more likely. Why proper planning changes everything. The encouraging truth is this: most remodeling risks are avoidable. A strong plan is not extra work. It is insurance for your investment and your peace of mind. Correct planning allows you to understand realistic budget ranges before construction begins, to choose materials based on performance instead of marketing, to explore multiple layout possibilities before making final decisions, to identify structural or utility limitations early, to prevent expensive change orders, to set achievable timelines, to align expectations between homeowner and contractor, and most importantly, to eliminate surprises instead of reacting to them. Planning does not slow a project down. Planning prevents delays. Planning starts with inspiration, not measurements. Before anyone visits your home with a tape measure, the most powerful step you can take is exploring inspiration. When you review galleries, videos, and especially before and after transformations, you begin to see possibilities you may not have considered before. Most home layouts are more similar than people realize. Seeing what is possible opens your imagination to what your own home can become. This step helps define your style direction, your quality expectations, the level of detail you appreciate, what excites you visually, and just as important, what you do not want. When your vision is clearer, the first meeting becomes productive instead of exploratory. The conversation shifts from guessing to refining. The importance of having all decision makers present. Because planning is so critical, having all decision makers present during the consultation makes a tremendous difference. Important discussions will take place: layout functionality, material durability, color palettes, budget ranges, upgrade possibilities, structural considerations. When everyone is present, questions are answered immediately, preferences are aligned early, and unnecessary delays or repeated revisions are avoided. It allows the project to move forward with unity instead of uncertainty. Remodeling should be exciting, not stressful. Remodeling does not need to feel confusing. It does not need to feel risky. With the right preparation, clear information, and thoughtful planning, the process becomes collaborative and even enjoyable. The goal is not simply to build something new. The goal is to build it correctly the first time. A strong plan today prevents regret tomorrow and transforms your remodel into an experience you will be proud of every time you walk into that space for many years to come.
Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Please go to the link below in the description and check our website gallery.